Mr. President, my name is Steve Ruben Liscano. I'm 39 years old. I've been serving my federal life sentence since 2002. I'm writing to you as a plea for mercy. I have been in federal prison for 15 years. I would like you to know that I am in no way minimizing my actions that led to my incarceration. I am also not attempting to blame anyone else for my incarceration. I take full responsibility for the crimes I committed which led to my life sentence. I am coming to you as a man with a humbled heart after many years of confinement and rehabilitation to ask for your careful consideration for clemency. I grew up in Aurora, Illinois and lived with my mother and three sisters, Valerie, Hope, and Nina. My father went between our home and a home and family he shared with another woman. My mother struggled to provide for myself and each of my sisters by working long shifts at her factory job and picking up any other work she could find. She worked at a toy factory so that we could have toys. She brought home dolls for my sisters and plastic army soldiers for me to play with. I kept myself busy by playing in the dirt with my toy soldiers. When I was a young boy, life seemed so simple. My mother did the best she could to set an example, showing us what it meant to be a hard worker. As the only boy in my family, I was naturally very protective of my sisters. My neighborhood on the east side of Aurora was filled with gangs and drugs. I spent most of my time as a child unsupervised and wandering off into different neighborhoods. Gangs were everywhere in and around where I grew up. It was not a question of if I should join a gang, but which one I would join. I was very naive in the beginning. I thought I had found a group of friends I could cut it up with, hang out, and play ball with. I saw the flashy cars, the jewelry, and the money. Those were things I never had. No one in my family had any of those things. In my family, there was barely enough food to go around. I thought that selling drugs for the gang was the way out of having nothing. I thought it was an opportunity to be a provider for my family. Beginning at age 14, being a provider was the expectation placed on me. I wanted more than just milk, butter, and cheese for my family to eat. I was tired of spending nights with just candles burning for light or using the stove as a heater. As a young boy, chasing fast money made sense to me. Today, as a 39-year-old man, I understand chasing fast money was not the answer. I recognize the magnitude of my actions. I am deeply regretful because I am aware of the damage I caused my community, the pain and suffering I have caused my family, and the daughter I left without her dad. I have chosen to leave the gang life behind. I understand that they are not my friends. I now know that I can choose a better tomorrow that gives me a sense of inner peace. I no longer think about a materialistic lifestyle or being part of a group that ultimately brought me to my present life sentence. I see my choices in the gang exactly for what it is, a ticket to nowhere. Now when I wake up, in spite of my circumstances, I make choices that reflect a path to success. During my incarceration, I have taken steps to make the change, and I continue to work extremely hard at becoming a better man, son, father, sibling, friend, and citizen, a man that society will approve of and can make a contribution. Many things have taken place throughout my years of incarceration. I have missed many opportunities to support my family through difficult experiences and challenges, including the death of my grandparents, who helped shape my spirituality. In 2012, my father passed away, leaving an unrepaired bond from my childhood years. My sisters were young girls when I went to prison. They are now grown women with families of their own. I have missed all of this. The separation from my family and their separation from me is an extraordinary punishment to impose upon a man. However, it does not even come close to the separation of my daughter. I have missed her first communion, ballet recitals, swimming classes, birthdays, holidays, and every other milestone in her life. I've only been able to maintain the relationship with my daughter through calls, cards, and visits. I try to help her on the phone with her math homework and guide her as much as I can from a distance. It is difficult to convey in proper words, knowing that choices I made as a lost young man have left my baby girl feeling incomplete and heartbroken. I may have deserved the punishment, but she didn't. I can honestly say that throughout my incarceration, I have been able to discover my true identity and mature as a man. I have been able to set and accomplish both short and long-term goals by taking advantage of rehabilitative programs in prison. I have been determined to better myself. In 2006, I received my GED, and in 2009, I completed vocational training in general construction and small and large appliance repair. Through this program, I learned to build a house and worked to construct one inside a warehouse within the institution. I have completed over 50 courses of personal development and growth, parenting and education. In 2015, I became a certified technician under the Clean Air Act in order to repair and examine air conditioning systems in motor vehicles. I have also spent time furthering my passion for art. I have learned how to mold and make all kinds of pottery. And in a leather shop, I learned to make purses, backpacks, belts, and wallets. I would like the opportunity to take all of the skills I have acquired and apply them outside of prison. Even though I'm serving a life sentence, I have never given up hope, and I never will. My goal remains to better myself. I am praying for your mercy in granting clemency. I am hoping that you consider my work over the last decade to become a man that I can be productive in society and that you can be proud of. I want you to know that I am not a danger to society and pray that one day I will receive a second chance at life. I have a very strong support system in place and have both immediate employment and housing available to me. I know I am able to be successful and would be grateful for the opportunity to show you the Steve Liscano that speaks to you today. It is important I keep a dream alive in my heart and mind that one day I will be able to walk out of these prison gates, take my shoes off, and walk barefoot in the grass and go home. I thank you for your time and consideration in this matter and for listening to me today. I pray that your careful consideration and grant of mercy. Sincerely, Steve Ruben Liscano.